We begin tonight with breaking news out of our nation's capital. Congress has sealed the deal on a nearly $1 trillion COVID-19 relief package for Americans who are fighting to survive financially during this pandemic. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm China Green. It's described as a bipartisan breakthrough and another major rescue package for the American people. This agreement was announced just hours ago after days of negotiations. This is the first major piece of legislation in response to the pandemic since the $2 trillion CARES Act was passed back in March. Here's Faith Abube with the latest.
Lawmakers reaching a deal on a stimulus package just hours before a potential government shutdown.
We can finally report what our nation has needed to hear for a very long time. More help is on the way.
One hurdle, language proposed by Republican Senator Pat Toomey that would curtail the authority of the Federal Reserve. Toomey arguing 3 pandemic-related lending programs should end because they've achieved their purpose.
The purpose was to ensure that credit-worthy borrowers could access credit through the normal channels. They worked. They worked amazingly well, remarkably well. Within days, certainly weeks, markets were again functioning. Credit was flowing.
Democratic leader Chuck Schumer saying the proposed language was so broad it would have tied the hands of the incoming Biden administration.
Last night, the logjam was broken. Senator Toomey accepted my compromise to remove the dangerous, similar to language in his bill that was overly broad.
Hanging in the balance, relief for millions of Americans out of work. Ricardo Ramirez says he's barely getting by and is now at risk of possibly losing everything.
It's about time for them to do something for the community.
The roughly $900 billion relief package would include $300 in weekly federal unemployment benefits and $600 in direct payments for millions of Americans. President Trump calling on Congress to increase the amount of those stimulus checks, tweeting in all caps, "Get it done," and give them more money in direct payments. Faith Abube, ABC News, Washington.